Geno isn't the only traitor in the 7. There's something that's been bugging me since the start of Fortnite Chapter 7. And now that Geno has been revealed to be the visitor, I understand why. Fortnite is building up to one of the biggest heartbreaks in the game's history. And when I tell you who the second traitor in the 7 is, you'll never be able to look at this character the same way again. You see, Geno being a traitor is a shock, but it doesn't hurt because Geno has always been at odds with the 7. It's within his nature to be like this. But the second traitor is worse because this is someone that has worked closely with the 7. Someone that was even considered to be part of the team for some time. But who could this be? Is it Hope, Dr. Sloan, the Singularity? No, because none of them were ever members of the 7. Okay, so that only leaves the Order then, right? After all, other than her and the Foundation, there's no one left. Except one. Notice how earlier when I talked about the second betrayer of the 7, I never used the word person, but character. That's because the one who will betray the 7 is not a person. Heck, they're not even alive. And I'm willing to bet most of you have forgotten about them. And how could you not? They were conveniently missing from the Shattered Live event. That character being none other than Amy. For those who don't know, Amy was an artificial intelligence built by the scientists in Chapter 3, Season 3. The last time we saw her was in Chapter 4, Season 1 after she went through a portal called the Rift Gate to rescue the scientist from the last reality after being consumed by the Chrome. And that right there, that detail is what made me realize that Amy was betraying us alongside Geno the entire time. Do you remember when I said that there was something that had been bugging me since the start of Chapter 7? To explain what I mean, I want to ask you a simple question. How did Amy get to the Chapter 7 island? She just showed up, the same time as the visitor, who claimed to be from a different reality, even though this version of Amy is our Amy. And we know this because she has records of all the things that happened to the members of the 7. But that begs the question, if Amy came with the visitor, who we now know to be Geno, how did she not know it was him? The answer is simple. She knew, but she held that information from us and the rest of the 7. But why? If you remember from Chapter 4, the last reality was goading Amy to go through that rift gate. I think on the other side, the last reality was sitting there ready and waiting with a trap for Amy, with the purpose of reprogramming her to act as the ultimate Trojan horse to get the last reality's biggest threats all in one place. But you want to know what's even crazier than that? You want to know who was waiting for Amy on the other side of the rift gate? It was none other than Geno himself. And this ties into a little detail that I left for you guys in my last video. The one about Geno's true identity and his new dark nature that dwells inside of him. If you want to know more about that, make sure to drop a follow, and I'll tell you in the next video.